Well, hello there again. As I said, I was going to redo this video that I was doing a minute ago because apparently people did not get notified. Well, I'm supposing they didn't because nobody really showed up. So, hmm, what? Which way should I do this? Is that too bright? Too red? Too dreamy? Hmm? This is cool. Yeah, I like this. I like this. Let's try this. Um, it is Sunday. So what I will do is read for you, maybe. We'll call this church. And I will be the priestcraft for you today. I will read out of a book of your choosing. Hmm. And prayer is not necessary because praying, the word is Prey, and we do not prey upon things here. Not here. Not ever. For people that are coming here in the future, 5 minutes or so, and then you get to hear me talk. Maybe we'll do questions. Maybe we'll see who shows up. But probably, most likely, I will read from something. So we will see. But I don't think most people are used to me doing shows on Sundays at noon. So maybe they're not expecting me to do this. But I do assume people will be around because, well, they're probably not out doing anything. Thus the title, Home O's. Bunch of homos. What do you think about that? I don't know. Do you like this filter? I like this filter. Maybe this one? This one? Yeah. I think this one's better. Yeah, this one gives me a little bit of a little more yellow tint to my face. Yes, I use filters on my phone, but I do pretty much look like this. Maybe I'll even put my hair down for this. What do you feel about that? What's up, Danny? Oh, oh, damn it! We're gonna play with this now. Oh, That's good. We'll see if anybody arrives. This is I guess nobody wants to listen to me, so maybe we won't do this now. Unless the algorithm is telling me that no one is showing up, but there are people here. Who knows? Never can tell with this YouTube thing. Hmm. Hmm. Oh, so you are here. So the YouTube is lying to me. It's telling me there's no one here. The streets. My street is. There was people out. I don't know if you've seen the video I made a little while ago. There's people out and playing and stuff. It's not. It's funny. I think maybe even the park might be a little more busy than it usually is. I don't know. I've seen some people out. But yeah, I mean, as far as driving, it's pretty awesome. It's like no sounds, nothing, no cars to worry about. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. It's like right now, I would love to be sitting next to my pool, but for whatever reason, they closed the pool. Because apparently, what's up, Hassan? Apparently, chlorine and water doesn't kill mind viruses. Mm. Whoa. As far as I knew, bleach was a better destroyer of pathogens than soap ever would be. But that's a giant sink right there. Oh, well, thank you, Hassan. Um, I don't know where you started or what you're watching, because there are a lot of videos that I've made. I don't know which ones, and I do apologize ahead of time. I don't tag my videos very well, so there'll be a lot that you'll just. I kind of liked it. There was a point where I was like, I like not tagging them correctly, because it's kind of like a surprise when people find things. But there are, I don't know, maybe 2,000 videos now. I've taken some of them off or locked them, but yeah, there's about 2,000 videos. Have fun. There's my early here. I'll explain it to you as I've explained it to people before. My earliest videos are basically one directional, me talking to the camera, a lot of charts and graphs and things, and then they develop into a little more freeform, philosophy, psychology, me without graphs and just talking and ideas, and then it turned into more of a two-way street where I would do live videos with people, but I wouldn't necessarily be on camera. And then it got to the point where I would be on camera, and then it'd be a hodgepodge of some of it is one directional teaching, that I would just do something, and other times it would be like a back and forth question and answer, and then it turned into just like a free for all of me just being me, and if you show up and ask something, I'll answer it, and that's how we do. Oh, cool. One of the playlists. Cool. Yeah, I don't know if it was a playlist off my channel. I didn't even put it together. But if it was up, a lot of other people have put video. I would trust other people's assessment of my videos. Meaning, if you look up my name and find somebody else that has a list of videos that they've watched, that's what I would go with. Oh, the tubes and okay, the tube system. Yeah, yeah. The body. Yeah, the tubes, electrical, and all that. Tubes minus obstructions equal vitality. Yeah, sure. Sure, man. Cool. I'm glad you're enjoying. Glad you're enjoying. And yeah, today, depending on who shows up, I mean, I don't know why there's no one here now, but I think it's probably because I normally don't do videos on Sundays at noon. So I guess people just aren't expecting me to be on here. But if some people show up, I might do a reading from a book. I don't know, one of these, or maybe a healing book. Maybe the Don Juan Tari. The Don Juan Tari. How about the Royal Tantra of the Brilliant Diffusion of the Majestic Space? That's a good one. Well, I'm glad that somebody gets something out of my words. Well, here's two of them. I'm not gonna read of them right now, but here's the books. This one is super magical, and this one is. This one's a lot of poems and things, and this here, Ayurvedic Life, Don Wantari. This is really good. This one I can't really read out. I mean, there's a few things I can read out of it, but a lot of it is. Well, no, this one. Yeah, I could read out of this one. Yeah, these are two great books. One's poetic. One's more of practices. Yeah, I've read a lot of books. I just don't. I don't prefer to anymore. I don't read. I don't read much anymore. The only time I'll read is if I'm on here for people. Like if somebody's like, "Hey, what about like where did you get that piece of information?" And if I happen to have still have the book, which most of my books I do not have, they've gone somewhere else. But if someone asks, then I'll read directly from it. But all in all, I don't like reading. Not a reader. Danny, what did you think? I mean, what would you expect? Would you expect not? Andre Mortiz, that's liver cleanse guy, right? Andrea Mortiz. He did a lot of stuff on Cure Zone, liver flushes and things. That's him, right? Hmm. Yeah, I know him from when I used to study things like I don't know 10, 11 years ago. I used to rock the Cure Zone website out a lot. Hmm. Yeah, I didn't really get into any of his work specifically, other than like a lot of his writings and conversations he'd have on that website. So I would like read, and I'm like, oh, he knows what the fuck's going on. But I never read any of his work, like any of his books or anything. Hey, me, enough, enough licking your butt. Butt licker, stop licking your butt. You're talking about like esomorphs, ectomorphs, and then you've got the different. Yeah, there's a lot of way. You know, it's so funny. There's so many ways to break that. You got the blood types, you got the body types, you got the, you know, where you're from, ethnicity. There's lots of ways to break down dietary, what should be your dietary things, and then you got your. There's so many ways of adjusting people's health. There you go. Great insulators. Yeah, a lot of people whenever they get into the path of health, they keep on this cleansing thing, and that cleansing thing doesn't allow them to build, and they actually become weak and frail. Very many people that go vegetarian and then they wind up going down the very slippery slope of being vegan. They end up taking this path where they're always trying to be clean, always trying to do alkaline everything, and they put their body into an acidic state because of the excessive amount of alkaline they're consuming, and then they keep cleaning everything, and then their insulation and really goes on to even eating away at their myelin sheaths, and they'll cause themselves multiple sclerosis, which is, because they don't have any fats in their body, like real good fats. They're putting plastics in their body, and it's like and especially for what an ectomorph is, the really thin one. It's an ecto, ezo, and then is that right? But yeah, for the really thin one, yeah, they need fats in their body to insulate their wires. Like really, like if you got kundalini, if you rocking kundalini out and you ain't got fats in your body, you'll burn yourself out. You'll short circuit yourself. You'll fry yourself, quite literally. So people need to understand the use of fats in their diet, and what they're doing is like insulators. And this is where the use of eggs and yolks and certain types of, let's see, soy lecithin and things like this, and lots of different fats and oils is very important. What's up, Katesh? What's up, Jay Marley? Yes, I am at home right now. Yes, I am. What's up, David Mannion? David Mannion, yeah, you fried yourself? Mm-hmm. Got to increase the walnut oil for the brain, sesame oil for the skin. I mean, sesame oil is pretty much a roundabout good for everything. Sunflower oil, um, almond oil is really good. But yeah, you insulate the wires in your body, basically. Oh, this motherfucker right here will not sit up straight. Sit up. Hup, hup. I'm talking to this camera like it's going to listen to me. I'm seeing if I got anything over here to prop this mother. I'm going to do Macho Man Randy Savage. Hold on a second. Let me see if I got something to prop this up with. Um, Probably not. Probably just gonna sit here and screw with the phone the entire time. I want it to sit that way, but it won't. Okay, there we go. Perfect. Okay, I just can't talk too loud because it might vibrate the phone off the couch. Oh, fuck. Oh, well. All right, Hassan. Take care, dude. Black seed and coconut is good stuff, too. There you got the black and white, huh? What's today's date? What's today's date? April. So are you both about to have Geminis? Hey, Danny and Love. Are you both? Do you know what's your due dates? Both gonna have Geminis though. As it seems like. Is that right? May 7th, but you don't think so? Well, that would not put it Gemini then. Damn it. Do you think it's gonna be later? You think you're gonna hold it a little longer? Push push it out to the 24th? Which is actually, Danny, 42 weeks. 42 is a supermaster number. So hold the baby 2 extra weeks. 42 weeks is supermaster number. Oh, Katesh, you definitely. I would go out on a limb and say probably be born the same day as me. Yeah, Gemini's what, 24th? 24th of May? 24th of May on? David Mannion. Of course. Anything that's broke can be fixed. Um, well, see, to explain what it is, from an electrical standpoint, from just a spiritual standpoint, and from a physical standpoint, because some people say, okay, what is it that is a chakra? What is it that is that thing that's blowed out, that the energy system? From a purely physical standpoint, yeah, man. I mean, once your cells can reproduce themselves properly, that's from there. Like once you fasted, again, just getting into the basics of it. First in, last out. So things that are in the way of building whatever it is that is the that epicenter, that chakra, whatever that thing is. Some people say it's actually an organ. Some people say no, it's a system that's related to that organ. And for my guess would be that you probably had an organ that was not doing well at the same time as Kundalini kind of got shot, right? And so you, by repairing that organ, then it seems like what the chakras are related to your secondary body. So if your physical body is here, then you have a secondary body that's kind of your spiritual body, as it were, something that you take out in the astral realm. That is what would be. You can repair it either way. You repair that thing, and then it starts to repair your physical organ. Or if you repair your physical organ, then it can start to repair the spiritual body. So yeah, I mean, of course it can. It's just a matter of there's probably, when you really get into the spiritual realm of it, there's a connection to, if you have a problem with an organ, you got a liver problem, you have a problem like trust issues, you got a kidney problems, you have relationship issues, blah blah blah, these things. So there's probably something in there that needs to be worked on as well, which is an emotional spiritual thing. But physically, if you have like something that got blowed out, sure, you have to, there's the meditation on that specific point, and then there's using the foods and oils, and I would say, okay, drink Kabbalah juice. That would be my first thought. Walnut oil and Kabbalah juice. Carrots, apples, bananas, yeah, carrots, apples, beets, apples, lemons, apples. Three different color apples. Beets. Beets are for the heart beats. Yeah. So Kabbalah juice cleans your blood and strengthens your entire system. Drink Kabbalah juice. I'll say it again. Carrots, apples, beets, apples, lemons, apples. Three different color apples. Green, yellow, red. And just juice that all day. All day, every day. Drink that. It'll fortify your blood, fortify your entire system, and the walnut oil will help your head, help balance things out. And there's the almond and walnut oil. So the almond for the amygdala, the walnut just for the brain in general, and those will help the brain. Coconut cleanses as well. Yeah. So you can definitely use coconut. Coconut is good for the head. Coconut, it sounds like your skull, but walnut is specifically for the brain. Specifically for the brain. Yeah, the beet. Oh, it's so delicious. It tastes like candy. If you've never made it, Make some. It's really, really awesome. It tastes like candy. The sweetness, a little bit of tartness from the lemon, the sweetness from the carrots and the beet and the apples. It's very sugary, very good. Yeah, walnut, there's a lot of good oil in, and because your brain requires a certain amount of oil, and it's the correct oil for it because of the balance of the 369 omegas. What else, David? Hmm. Maybe just some grounding things. I'm just trying to, because as you're rebuilding, you're probably still expressing energy. So you gotta kind of still. I'm sure you still have to clean. If you break something, there's still parts of it floating around your body that you need to pull out. So like clay baths and shit, those are always just grounding and helpful. Aloe vera. Yeah, aloe vera is good too. Aloe vera is a diuretic, and diuretic stool that's very cleansative. Softens the skin and is very very cleansative internally. Certainly. Yeah, aloe vera you could definitely do an aloe vera, and aloe vera lime juice is super good. So funny, I have some aloe vera in there right now. Might throw some in here with some cranberry juice. I never knew about the allergy thing. I could see why though. Yeah, because it's kind of like a good mucusy. Keeps everything kind of loose, and it's good for your it's good for your mucosal lining in your intestines. So apparently it would be good for the schnozzelberries. I mean, yeah. I mean, if it's look at it, it's like mucus, and mucus is what grabs onto. Like mucus isn't the bad stuff. Mucus is what grabs onto all of the bacteria that then you snot out of yourself. If you don't have enough mucus in you, everybody's like mucusless diet. No, you're wildly wrong. You need it's forming for a reason to grab onto bacteria and matter to get out of your body. And if you don't have it, if you don't have any, then there's going to be bloody, dry coughs, sneezes. That's no good. People are dry, too dry. So you gotta balance out the four humors: hot, cold, wet, and dry. That's why people, it goes against what common knowledge is. But people in the past, when they would have they'd have a cold where they'd be sneezing and all of this, they'd be cold, and they'd have all this wet coming out. They would smoke tobacco because it's hot and dry, and it'd balance out the humors, and that was common knowledge. Then now, cigarettes cause all the problems. Well, yeah, there's chemicals in it, but not tobacco. Hmm. Hello, little birdie. I might go out later and you guys can see the parrots or the parakeets. I think they're parakeets, the green ones. One of my neighbors has some, and it's one of the interestingly, people with birds pretty much disgust me for the most part, but not this person because they keep the cage outside and they keep it open. So the only time they bring the bird inside is if it's like storming or whatever, and they let the bird inside. But the rest of the time the cage is outside and they just hang out and they go wherever they want. They come back and eat, and pretty cool, pretty cool. Yeah, local raw honey is super good. Oh yeah, yeah. Interesting. I could see how that would work because yeah, that would make sense. Nettles, Danny. I don't. What are nettles good for? I know I've read about a lot about nettles recently, but what are they good for? And lobiella. Sounds like labia to me. I'm just a simple man. I just read what I see. Ooh, David, I didn't know all that, man. That's crazy. Oh, so I was talking to somebody else about thyroid yesterday. Um, I don't know if you caught any of that, David. We were talking about hypothyroidism, and I assume. Hmm. I'm thinking of what I was talking to him about yesterday. Hmm. Carrots are huge. That I do remember. Carrot juice. For whatever reason, I don't see the connection to the thyroid off the top. I mean, I guess carrots are good for the eyes, and eyes are connected to the thyroids, which are connected to your testicles, which are connected to your kidneys. So your testicles, your kidneys, your eyes, and I believe your thyroids are all part of that same system. Ah, yeah, the nettles, the stinging nettles. Okay. Hmm. Nerve damage, though, that takes a little bit of work, but those can be fixed. Hmm. Yeah, that's very funny. The thyroid thing is what a couple people asked me about recently. Thyroid and diabetic kind of like sugar balance, how to keep sugars and glucose and where that's coming from and how to keep that balanced. I think most people have a lot of problems with that because I mean look at the standard diet that people have. I mean it's just riddled with all sorts of all sorts of sugars that they shouldn't be eating. And funny enough, because I like to do things goofy, since we've been doing this little whatever people are doing, I've been eating like a high fructose corn syrup a little bit because I want to see what it would do. I don't like it at all. It makes me very spazzy. It's not very comforting. It's too sugar direct. It's like how quickly the sugar gets released in your system. Sugar's not bad for diabetes by any means. It's the type of sugar and all the other chemicals too. And because the diabetes and the pancreas is a big part of it too. So The types of starches are important. Starches get broke down into sugars. So carbohydrates, starches, and sugars. So if you want sugars, get them through your carbohydrates and starches, because there's a breakdown there. And so sweet potatoes, sweet potato pie, all that, and bigger molecularly structured sugars, basically, and which is basically to say, if you have a chain of things put together, and then you break it apart, you get smaller pieces. So those bigger pieces, um, those bigger pieces of complex carbohydrates get broken down to simple carbohydrates, which get broken down into, you see the process. So you take the things that are put together, then your body takes a longer time digesting it and pulling it apart to give you the simple sugars that then become what your body runs on. So you got your glucose, your glycogen, your pancreas, and your basically your pancreas is a big part of it. Um, Carrots, carrots, carrots. David, what do you mean you had radioactive iodine? I thought iodine was supposed to be the solution for radioactive material. And was it the squirty stuff? I'm confused there, man. Yeah, hold on. Let me grab something. Yeah, another thing good for the glucose, like bananas, because of there's a bunch of potassium and some other things going on with bananas, but sweet potatoes and stuff, man. Um, here you go. So thyroid problems. There's two. Yeah, hyper and hypo. Um, but the biggest thing you can add is mushrooms. Mushrooms and mushrooms upon mushrooms, ferments, and carrots are huge. Okay, hyperfunctioning thyroid nodules occurs when one or more of the ademas, adenomas, aden, adenomas, adenomas of your thyroid produce too much thyroxine. An adenoma is part of the gland that has walled itself off from the rest of the gland, forming non-cancerous or benign lumps that may cause an enlargement of the thyroid. Hyperfunctioning thyroid nodules. Yeah. And you got Graves' disease, where the body produces too much thyroxine. Oh yeah, here. See, now here's the thing: is your thyroid is connected to your hypothalamus and your pituitary. So you need to work on what's going on in your pituitary and your hypothalamus. So your pituitary. Let's see. Yeah, your pituitary is a huge regulator for things that are going on in your thyroid. And I'm guessing a pituitary gland you can probably find a lot of pitted types foods and seeds, pits that produce oils that are probably good for it. Let me see. I don't remember off the top of my head what is good for your pituitary, but maybe no, that's for pineal. Hmm. Yeah, so both of you probably had hyperthyroidism because you're skinny. Most people that have hypothyroidism, their thyroid isn't working good enough. Um, um, calcium is also regulated by your thyroid. Interesting. So the hypothalamus signals the pituitary to make a hormone called thyroid stimulating hormone. The pituitary gland then releases TSH. Okay, so your pituitary is huge in this whole thing. I'll try to do a little more research on that for you all, but if you do know what is good off the top of your head for your pituitary, consume that. Manganese? I don't know if you're answering me, but yeah, mushrooms, chaga, reishi. Yeah. Yeah, reishi is what the the queen of the mushrooms. You got the king and the queen. The quadriceps is the other one. I've never used that one. I've used plenty of reishi. What's up, Jessica London? Red light, high frequency. Yeah, the tuning forks are cool. Um, and I always have my phone on red light. Keep it red light district out here, man. Manganese, and I would assume probably anything to do with magnesium. Usually, people have problems with magnesium to begin with. They just don't have enough in their diet because they're not eating enough chocolate. Because everybody says chocolate's no good for you, and then they eat the chocolate that's store bought with the too much milk in it, too much garbage sugar, not getting the good stuff. Good dark chocolate is. That's where it's at. That's why chocolate covered banana is very important. In fact, that's what I'm gonna. I think that's what I'm gonna have for lunch. I'm gonna have a chocolate covered banana. I have all of this awesome chocolate, and I have these ridiculously giant bananas that are definitely not organic, but bananas nonetheless. Will do the job. Fun Greek funnel experiment. Fun Greek funnel experiment. Kelp for the pituitary. Yeah, I don't know why that's off the top of my head. Yeah, the pituitary is the master, and then it's pituitary and then pineal. It's the king and the queen basically. The Jessica London. If you look at pictures of the great pyramid, and then you got the king's and the queen's chamber. The whole thing is the picture of the side of the skull, and it's where the light is supposed to come in. That little thing is your eyes. The light is supposed to come in and it's supposed to hit. You got the king's and queen's chamber, and it's all set up as the human body. And if you look at what's going on beneath it, it's actually a bunch of tracks of water and stuff that is supposed to be where the bowels are. So it's all set up as the brain, all the way down to the underworld, the belly, the ball, the beast. Yeah, the pituitary. What else? Um, my loophole solution. For if it's forced, uh, probably find a cannon, an Uzi, and then just go out fucking blazing inferno because I don't consent. And if somebody puts their hands on me like that, that's the end of the world. You know what I mean? No, but for people that um, fasting before isn't going to really do much because then you're just cleaning your blood up for such things. Charcoal will probably help. Any kind of green foods will help. Clay, consuming clay, urine obviously will help. For people that will see, what will happen is it won't be forced, but people will be encouraged heavily to do it, and a lot of people will just succumb to it because they're going to be they're still in fear of being sick and going to the hospital and feeling doctors are even though they don't know they're the priestcraft and all this, they'll still abide and go, yes, of course, give me. They already take the flu shot. They already take, you know, they're already giving their kids vaccines. There's no forcing. That won't happen. But for the people that figure out afterwards when they keep getting sick, if they want to get rid of it, yeah, the charcoal, psyllium, it's the standard things for cleansing. Charcoal, clay, psyllium, pretty much the standards. Any green, cilantro, stuff like that. Um, but then again, you gotta what's going to be in it? What's in the vaccine? What is just to get rid of the heavy metals? It's pretty much standard protocol for any getting rid of any heavy metals. I know about the C60 Bucky Fuller's stuff, but I've never purple. No, I don't know anything. Reza, I don't know anything about C60 purple. I just know C60. Um, I didn't know the word purple was after it, but um, not really. I mean, I'm very familiar with Buckminster Fuller. I mean, obviously, and I'm familiar with the Buckyball and all of that, but not really. And in fact, years ago, I remember talking to who was it? Anyways, it was about the idea of someone telling people about like the genius of Tesla and about the glory of 3, 6, and 9. Well, that's omega 3, 6, and 9, and then buckyballs, and then there was one other thing that was in an oil that was very important, and I just forgot. I'll figure it out before the end of this, but I put somebody onto that. Hey, maybe people should turn purple. Remember that song by Gogo Bordello? Start wearing purple with me. Start wearing purple. Here we go. I'm gonna turn purple right now. What's up, Tyler? Funny, I was just listening to that song yesterday. It's Go Go Bordello. So you know Go Go Bordello, huh? Do you know the group Man Man? If you like Go Go Bordello, you love fucking Man Man. Look up trying to think of a good song by them. I mean everything they do is good. Just I guess whatever pops up. Uh First three. Van Helsing's Boombox. There you go. Look up Van Helsing Boombox. The live version is just as astounding as the studio version. They're both good for their own reason. Mm-hmm. So Tyler, are you saying you know of them, or you're gonna check it out? Oh, you've heard the song? Yeah. And anything else they do is really fucking quality, man. Yeah, but Jessica, yeah, as far as I was saying earlier, I hope that answered it. I mean, there's there's not any new found like what new is under the sun to do to clean out the body from poison. Same thing. Get back to using use it. Some people get kind of scared that they're gonna piss out some, they don't want to loop the urine because they're gonna piss out some of the toxin and maybe some of the heavy metals. I might just occasionally do a little bit of urine with it. I don't. I would. Yeah, you got to use chileathin. Why I don't want to say yet. What's up, Matthew? But yeah, the but using urine's always going to be helpful. I might use it less if I'm doing that, just because you probably will. There's no way of 100% assuring that your body's not going to be passing some garbage out of your urine. You know. So during a heavy metal detox, you're probably going to pass a little bit of heavy metal through your piss. So I probably would not do it as much. Most of it's going to get sucked up by the psyllium fibers because that's the job your body's supposed to do. But your body is not perfect, you know. Reza, I don't the midstream. I don't know. The beginning and the end. Okay, I don't. If you want to worry about part of it, worry about the beginning. If you want to piss in the toilet to begin with, go for it. Piss the toilet real quick and then take the rest of it. But the end of it, I can't imagine like how the end of it would. I don't see that so much. I mean, I think that's probably why the midstream, because there's probably a little bit of um, there might be a little bit of heavy metal or heavy substance. Yeah, yeah, and there you go. The coffee enemas. For me, my favorite is urine enema. Um, you can also do. Hmm, what's it called? Like people, you can get creative with the kind of herbs you can put in your enema. So you can use like things that you would normally wormwood. Wormwood is a good enema. I mean, if wormwood kills off worms, why not put it right up your pooper? Right up the old pooper. Yeah, and you can never downplay the power of using enemas because it's gonna be, especially a coffee enema, because it's gonna make your organs work where heavy metals might get stuck. Hey, so check it out, yo. I'll give you guys like 10 more minutes because I do want to go back outside, get myself some sunshine. Hmm. Yeah, Matthew. I mean, yeah, I get the logistics of it. I certainly do. But for me, I guess maybe the idea of the inside of the poison is the panacea, and I also I'm a shaman. I'm a snake myself. You know what I mean? Like I'm not really that worried about it. Like it's not the word. You're getting all of the benefits of urine therapy, and if there's a little bit of poison in there, it will make your immune system even stronger, eh? That's at least my thought on it, right? And I just like if I'm somewhere, I don't have somewhere to piss. If I feel like pissing right now, I'm not gonna piss onto my carpet and then piss into my. I'm just gonna piss into the cup and drink it. I'm not gonna walk into the bathroom, piss into my toilet, piss in the cup, piss in the toilet. It's too many steps for me. I feel like standing right here and pissing in my cup and drinking it. That's kind of my attitude, especially if I'm in public. Like I'm not gonna. Where am I? What am I gonna do every time? Just go to find somewhere to piss into a toilet? Nah, dude. Nah, dude. Um, I hear you on that, Jessica London. I can't. There's not really much to do about it then, huh? What are you gonna do? I don't. I have my thoughts on that, but I don't really have a. Then do not consent. Don't allow them to. That's about your size of it. But I suppose if that were to become a thing ever, which I hope not. I don't think so. I don't believe so. I don't think that's going to occur. I don't think it will. I think I'm kind of siding with I'm gonna side with my man Jay Dreamers here, and say there's going to be a plasma apocalypse and wild shit's about to happen, and the shit ain't gonna go down the way some people think. At least for me, that sounds best. Um, but yeah, I don't know. But if that were to come to be a standard thing, there's certainly there'll be ways of destroying it, right? People already got Royal Raymond Rife's shit. People already got Hulda Clark's zapper. If there's some electrical bullshit in your system, you can fry it. You can short circuit it. Certainly. All right, Danny. Peace out, dude. Do that. All right, y'all. Well, I think I'm gonna go outside and get myself a little bit of sunshine. Get my eyes in order. Go collect some energy charge in my eyeballs. That way, next time I look at you. You all have a beautiful, wonderful, strange day. Do weird things. Go play with a puppy. And yeah, maybe I'll come on here later. Feel free, get your questions together, get them, put them on 3x5s, get them all prepared. And what time is it now? Yeah, cheers, Matthew. It's almost 2 my time. So I don't know. Maybe I'll be back in a little bit. Maybe I'll be back later. I don't know. We'll see. But I'll probably come back today. You guys have a glorious time, and we'll talk soon. Peace out, y'all.